Welcome to episode 3 of CommunityManager.tv. I'm your host, Daniel Tekanoff. Today, we're going to talk with a certified lake manager to discuss how to maintain the lakes and other aquatic components of your property. If this is your first time watching, go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel or follow our page on LinkedIn. DHC Environmental Consulting is a family-owned business specializing in lake management, drinking water compliance, and legionella management with over 20 years of experience in Arizona. As of the date of filming, Doug Crowl is one of only 3 lake managers in the state of Arizona holding a certified lake manager designation by the North American Lake Management Society.
A property manager should look for somebody who, first of all, who has a lot of experience managing lakes, and just do your research, see some of the other properties they manage, how long they've been in the business, their qualifications. Just make sure you have somebody experienced. Make sure you hire somebody that understands what's going on, so when you do have a problem, they can tell you why you have this problem. Because if they can tell you why you have this problem, then they can more than likely fix that problem. My company is DHC Environmental Consulting. The biggest part of my business is lake management. I've been doing this for 27 years, a little over 2 years on my own. I'm really trying to grow my business. I work all throughout the valley, throughout the state, really trying to help property managers get their lakes looking from so-so to looking spectacular. I've seen every problem. I can help you, even if you have another company in there. I can come out, and if you have any problems, I can give you a second opinion and tell you what you should be doing or shouldn't be doing.
Lakes and ponds can boost the value and attractiveness of any property, except when they're infested with algae. Here's what you need to know about controlling algae in your lakes and ponds.
Some lakes will get a blue-green algae bloom called microcystis on top. It mostly happens in the reclaimed water. It's a nationwide, worldwide problem. The bloom, it will mostly stay on top of the water, and it's very hard to control and kill the algae to get it under control. But you really have to hit it hard with the algicide, and with a little bit of patience and persistence, you can keep it under control. But it does happen, and it's not necessarily of negligence, but it does happen in reclaimed water lakes occasionally around town. And over the years, we're seeing it more and more frequently. So don't be surprised if a property that you manage does come across this. Golden algae has been around the valley in Arizona for at least 20 to 25 years. It was originally an algae that was discovered in Texas. It originally came from brackish water, which is half freshwater, half salt water. Now it's moved into the western U.S., specifically the southwestern U.S. Golden algae will kill your fish. The best way to keep on top of it is to do consistent algae samples and look for it. That's the only way you can tell if it's in your water, is if you look for it in an algae sample. Another way you can tell is if it's a little too late and you start seeing the fish. The fish will come to the edge, and they will look like they're trying to get out of the water. They will be very lethargic. They will be along the edge. You can almost walk up to them, touch them. They will not swim away. What the golden algae does. It makes the cells in their gills burst, and they can't breathe. So once they can't breathe, it kills all the fish. There is no way to keep golden algae out of your lake, but you can keep on top of it with chemical treatments. Golden algae is spread by birds going from lake to lake, by boats going from lake to lake. Some lakes get golden algae every year, some get it every other year, and some have never had it. We don't, as a scientific community, we don't know what lake will get it and when they will get it. Arizona golden algae is more of a fall through spring phenomenon. In the summertime, we don't see it because our water gets too warm here. One step is have a certified lake manager come in. You can grab algae samples. You can look and see what's in the water, see if there's a problem, see if there's an algae that you don't want in there. And if you're on top of it and you start your treatments early enough, you can keep it under control before you will get an algae bloom that will cause problems for your lake.
One concern that residents may bring to a manager's attention is that their lake or pond is becoming a breeding ground for mosquitoes or other pests. Here's what you need to know.
Mosquitoes generally do not come from your lakes. That is a big misconception. But in homeowners associations, I have seen mosquitoes come from wet wells, dry wells in the summertime after monsoons. I've also seen mosquitoes come from low-lying areas in the parks, in the green belts. You can get mosquitoes in there, and there is a mosquito larvicide that you can put down to help keep them under control. But yes, mosquitoes can be a problem in many homeowners associations, but generally they are not coming from your lake. Now, midge flies, on the other hand, a lot of people will mistake midge flies for mosquitoes. Midge flies do come from lakes. They come from the sediment in the lakes. They're about the same size as mosquitoes, but if you look at them closely, they're green. Midge flies do not bite. You will find them on the corners, around your windows, the walls of a home, next to a lake. They're more of an annoyance, but they can become such a problem you can get thousands of them at a time. But there are things you can do, putting in proper maintenance fish to eat the larvae at the bottom of the lake. There's a larvicide that you can throw in the water to keep them under control. And with a good balance of fish and larvicide, you can really keep your midge flies under control.
If you manage a property with pools or water heaters, one fancy word you need to know is legionella. I'll let the expert tell you why.
Legionella Legionella is not lake related, but it could have an impact on larger homeowners associations that have swimming pools, hot tubs, spas, larger communities that have showers, big saunas and stuff. Legionella likes to grow in hot water tanks or drinking hot water tanks. That's where it forms. It comes out in the mist of the showers, hot tubs, not necessarily swimming pools, but saunas. So if there's any large community out there and you have a big facility like this, it's something that you should occasionally look into, getting your hot water tank tested for it, and especially if it's a retirement community, Legionella is more prone to infect people with autoimmune diseases, and their elderly people.
As I've said before, the most important part of this industry is the people. So I've asked Doug to share his backstory.
Well, I was one of the lucky ones. I actually went to college for this. Just growing up, I liked environmental science, ecology, so I went to college, got my degree in environmental science and biology. I moved here to Arizona 27 years ago, and I was hired on by another lake management company, and I've worked for them for 25 years. And the last 2 years I have been out doing my own business. I am a certified lake manager with the North American Lake Management Society. There's only 2 or 3 of us in Arizona, and I think in North America, I think there's less than 100. But as I said, I've been doing this for 27 years, so I truly have seen it all. I've seen fish kills, I've seen algae blooms, we've cleaned out bottoms of water features, I've seen drained lakes. You name it, I've seen any kind of problem that your property can have. This is what I do. I really love my job. I'm happy to be in a career and have my own business doing what I love.
Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on CommunityManager.tv.